If you had told me in March of 2009 that someday I would be sharing the stage with Tim Kelly, there's no way I would have believed you. This is amazing. When I first got my purpose, it came to me as a vision. It wasn't words, it was a vision. It was a vision of people dancing, kind of like Matisse's painting, The Dance. They were different colors, purple and orange and blue and green, and they were holding hands. And the colors were transferring in their hands to each other. And I didn't know what that meant. And it wasn't until several months later that I got the words to go along with that. Would you like to know what they are? My purpose is to dance with the colors of all of God's people. And I still had no idea what that meant as a businesswoman, because I'm all about business. I went to business school. I've been in business all my life. But it's no coincidence that now I have a community, the Bliss community, that is so on purpose, because it's when I am joyful and connected in a community that I feel the most on purpose. Going back to business, my husband and I started Princeton Seafood Company back in 1979 when I was 10. It was a long time ago. And I used to think of my business, our business, as a monster, because we worked every weekend. We worked every holiday. When everyone else was off, we were working. And I started going to different events, and I met Tim Kelly when I was getting trained as a dream coach and a dream coach group leader, where I'm trained to help other people find their purpose. And I kind of became a seminar junkie. Can anybody relate to being a seminar junkie? And I would hear the mentors on the stage, and they would be talking about having a 6-figure business and having a 7-figure business. And I'd be like, well, yeah, I have a business. I don't like my business that much. And one day, the light bulb went off. I have a 7-figure business, me. And I realized that that business wasn't my monster. That was my golden ticket, because I have credibility to coach other women in forming a business. And then last year, God gave me a whole download about mindset. I guess you're supposed to teach what you struggle with the most in life, right? And this is an amazing concept about your mindset. And that's what I'd like to share with you tonight. So let's start. The M stands for motivation. You develop your motivation when you are committed to your dream. It's your dream that becomes the most powerful force in your life. It becomes your fuel. That's where you get your motivation. The I is for internal rehearsal. Athletes worldwide are using internal rehearsal to practice their techniques and their skill in their minds before they ever do it on the field. We as business people can do the exact same thing. N is for your narrative. What are you telling yourself? Is it even true? Remember I shared with you how I used to look at my business as a monster and how everything shifted when I changed my narrative? Let me give you another example from my own life. In 2004, my husband turned 50, and we realized we had no savings for retirement. And he was given the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Who's read that book? Me too. In fact, I devoured the whole series. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. So I took the equity out of our house, and I bought a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Sacramento. And then when that went up very quickly, I took that money and I bought 2 more houses, and I did rabbit investing, where I kept doing that. And in 2009, I had 15 homes from Washington State to South Carolina. And then what happened? Yeah, the credit crunch, the housing bubble, everything was plummeting. And you know what I was telling myself? Mary, how could you be so stupid? You took all the equity out of your house. And then I realized one day, everybody lost their equity because everyone, their houses dropped. And I thought if I could change my narrative to, if I hadn't taken that equity out, I wouldn't have these houses. And if I could keep those houses, then we would be fine eventually because prices would eventually come back. And I took 2 years and worked on loan modifications and worked on stabilizing our finances. And we still have we have 9 houses still. The D in mindset stands for decisive action. And tonight, I invite you to come and sign up with me for a free teleseminar that will go through the entire mindset in much more depth, because I'm just giving you such a short overview. But I really want to thank Sahar, a woman of such decisive action to form the bright side of life, and to partner with a woman like Pam Whitman, who has helped all of us in the Voices of Leadership so much. Before I close, I forgot to tell you I wrote a book too. Well, not a whole book, but I wrote a chapter. And I'm going to share with you these words of inspiration that I keep on my desk that I find really valuable. By changing your thinking, you change your beliefs. When you change your beliefs, you change your expectations. When you change your expectations, you change your attitude. When you change your attitude, you change your behaviors. When you change your behaviors, you change your performance. And when you change your performance, you change your life. Thank you.